Welcome back to another episode of Shadow Empire. We are currently at around 18. We are still in the time of a relative calm. However, in only 5 turns, the effects will start diminishing. So it will end soon, and we have developed Rangers 2. We have improved upon our model. We have found 10 Galactic Republic Cataphract. We have some new stratagems, which we'll take a look, but first let's take a look at this cataphract. Where have we found it? It's in here, and it is an ancient Galactic Republic equipment taken into our service. This is a monitor tank. Its main armament is a beam gun, so it's using a lot of energy to fire. And it's been issued with 150 millimeters, so 15 centimeters steel plating, and has a nuclear engine. However, it is very underpowered because of the very thick armor and possibly a heavy gun. It's a very heavy tank, so it costs a little bit more AP than normally to move it around. And as we can see, it has a whole lot of attack, a whole lot of hit points, and especially versus non-infantry, although then again infantry do not have a lot of hard attack, normally like rifle infantry, so it should be a very good addition. However, we have to watch our energy so that it can fire. Okay, now let's take a look at our decisions. The RSF faction, the Republican School. Do we have any new factions, by the way? No, it's still Republican School, who we share the meritocracy profile with. And we have the Equality Party, which were fully democratic, but now they have also 2 pips in commerce, so they are more in line with us, but they now only have 1 member, the leader, director of Economic Council, while the Republican School has some more people now. So this is the larger faction. Well, last time we did have a problem of not having any reserve pool members to assign for our new positions. We had to roll for some junior that has 0 skills in anything, basically. So I think we're going to accept. And who do we get? Mrs. Tansin, Galileo, or Miss? Who knows? So, by the way, there's different personality. I'm not sure what all of them do. There are some explanation, and I know that some of them are regarding like how much they will like us in different situations. But we don't have to go very in-depth into this for now. Maybe if we have someone that doesn't like us very much, then we can take a more in-depth look. They are capability class only 2, unfortunately, but they like us very much. They're very loyal. They have some technical rating. They are good in trade, which is not very helpful. But they do have the improvisation 6th sense, which helps with all roles that they, I think both of them, which they have no skills with. Okay, so this adds bonus to low rolls and 6th sense, and this is just in any situation some small bonus again to any roll. Looks like it's so very handy. skills to have. Policy speech, a new policy speech, because last time we had fulfilled our goal of having more recon in more hexes. So now Senate asks us what are we going to try to go towards next. Victory points. Do we have a summary for that? Would it be in here, maybe? Target alliance overview. Words core. Those are the miners. By the way, I think we've learned about some new ones, which we should probably take a look at. Employer dashboard. Not sure where we can see our total amount of victory points. It might be just these added up. Well, let's victory overview. Here it is. No, it's 4.7. And we can see other major regimes in here, but let's not spoil ourselves. So 10.2 will unlikely get there anywhere quick. Average relations, that might be hard as well. So we're gonna go for the bureaucratic assets, which we should be able to build. Let's develop our... Do we have... I think we do have some machine gunners, yes. Let's take a look at their model, but I imagine that it will be... yes, first we can see that thanks to the fact that we had fairly high field testing, we were able to greatly improve upon the existing design, which gives us more health points, and we also equipped them with better armor, and we have the GR tech, I believe, the ring mail, I think it was called, that gives us another bonus to the armor, so they have more than triple the amount of hit points that they used to have, or I should say this model has it, because we do not have any of those Rangers 2 yet. And similarly, their soft attack and hard attack have around tripled, so overall a very good improvement. However, it will be quite costly. They have smaller field test, 54%, but we should be able to improve on this design as well fairly quickly. So let's go with the new build upon our existing Axi MG. We don't have any new weapons. We can give them the environments for added armor, and we will develop that. Let's take a look at our stratagems. Do we know of any majors? Not yet. If we take a look at the strategic map, we do know of these major regimes. Maybe we have only discovered them this turn, so that's why we can't target them yet. If they are already hostile, apparently the Beach Rat, maybe they are the... I think we have one alien regime on this planet. And Fartsbrückstadt are our friends apparently, or maybe they just have a friendly demeanor while they are hostile. And we have a few of the miners, the Totenus, which we are a protector of. To our north, San Antonio Heights clan, and very far away in the reach of Free Republic, Hubman's Land, which we are starting slowly to invade, Hoffman's Land to the north of Hubman's Land, and Bonnard Saffel to the southwest of us, but quite far away. Can we offer protection to these guys? Well, we technically can, but the difficulty is very high, probably because we have a very old relation with them. Let's send a spy to their midst. We have successfully done so. We can't do much in here. Militia project ammunition will appreciate a proper barrack and a zone headquarters of their own. Extra level of militia house asset, which I am assuming will increase security, so let's give it to Folda, since they are less developed currently than our capital. Let's take a quick look. Militia House 1, which produces to militancy actually. So some more militia might start appearing in Folda. Our current militia profile is at 50. Let's see about our assets. Still have one turn left with our recycling one, and can we finally start building the ammunition factory? It's 160, 1000. So yes, indeed we can. We should probably move our operational headquarters closer to the troops. Maybe we have sent them a little bit too far north, but we should be able to turn them back around next turn. We can start pushing a little bit into the territory. How is our recon? So if there was someone in here, we should be able to see it. So it looks like we indeed can start pushing in. Let's maybe pick these guys. And then here as well. Although now they are over the river, so it might be harder to supply them. And so we are moving our troops in place. But before we commit to any sort of attack, we should definitely not replace, but rather upgrade our rangers to the new model. And upgrading all of them would take more industrial points than we have available, unfortunately. So let's maybe start the process around half of them, and then we will continue doing it in later turns. We have quite a sizable militia force in here, but the unrest is fairly high, so we probably should keep them. In there we have only tank that have already moved. This guy down here, a nice small force. In our capital, do we need any replacements? No, not really. And then we started to build the ammo factory. Okay, so that's about it for this turn. And we are starting round 19. We have researched automatic rifles. So we might... Let's see how the construction goes. Yeah, we are missing industrial points because we are also refitting our troops at the same time, building the new recycling facility. Are we getting any recruits from Folda? Let's call you regarding zone elders. The sign-up bonus maybe is small, because the 700 I think we are getting from our capital. Let's maybe raise it a little bit. Let's go confirm. Yeah, let's, since we have nothing else, but we want to call and change the priorities again to, I guess we can put more to discovery now, since we don't care much about this technology, because we only have the automatic rifles. Minor workers strike. Do we want to pay them or try to use military force? We have quite a bit of money. Are we again earning? We are earning very, very little, a few credits per turn. Well, that's still better than we used to have, losing 40 credits per turn. And it's 260, going towards democracy. But we are dangerously close to democracy taking over our profit and meritocracy, so maybe let's just use our military force, and we have quite numerous militia there. And we have succeeded. 700 soldiers and 1000 security personnel, confronting 1800 militant workers. We get plus 20 gear, which for some time I think should reduce the chance for another protest. 300 workers were killed. Must have been from the private industry, as did not have any workers ourselves. And we are a bit more autocratic. Resolution of relation with Hoffman's land. That's the one to the north, if I remember correctly. Yes, that's this one. We're more interested in Hoffman's land. So regarding Hoffman's land, we might just tell them we can cut off in here. How much recon do we have? 30. So we wouldn't know if there's anyone waiting in ambush. Let's take a look at the history. So I think they moved into here, so this hex should be empty. Let's risk it. And indeed it was. Can pull our militia back, and that would be the Land troops in here somewhere. Before I forget, let's move the tanks down south, and thankfully, well, I say thankfully they are giving ground, but do we have enough logistics here? Now that we have full, it seems like we have full logistics all the way up to here, so we can in fact push in. And maybe let's commit some infantry to the north, as the trucks would have bad time trying to move through those forests or fighting inside them. Two here, one here. Start moving with these guys south, move the headquarters up. Then militia. Who are you guys? I remember we had these guys. And now suddenly we have these guys as well from somewhere. Maybe they were going from disposal. Let's just put them back into our capital. Power in ammo. We are losing some, but we still have a little bit in the bank, and we are not quite going to finish our ammo factory next turn. How about the scavenging? It will be on recycling. Will be the next turn. We will have sewers. We have the museum too. Sewers should help with the health quality of life. And how about Fulda? They have the militia house now. So cold militancy isn't here. So it's slowly rising a little bit quicker thanks to the militia house. I don't think we have the research to start working on a thing in Fulda yet. Let's see what decisions we still have. Yeah, this relations with Hoffman's land. Do we want to be friends or enemies? Again, the mind is quite high, so we might tell them that we are not going to be so friendly. This guy doesn't like us very much. I might represent the Phantom's land, but so be it. And we have a natural born killer in the 5th Boulader Guards Battalion, so that's probably some militia. We can pick between enforcement and autocracy. Do we care for either? I guess let's go with the commando. We can actually, if we can find them, we can take a look at what the commando does exactly. Here we have them. So it's a small troop stationed in Fulda, and the commando leave on solo mission during combat. If they succeed to reach the target, they detonate for 1d250 points of extra attack value for the troops it is embedded with. However, the commando has a 10% chance per combat round to lose his life. So probably not very useful attached to this unit, as they will be most likely just sitting in the town and not doing much else. Let's maybe send a spy to Hoffman's land. And we are successful. Let me see anything else that we might want. I don't think we can. We cannot offer the protection now because we are at war, and it will be very difficult with these guys. I think we technically are not at war with Hoffman's land. We are at war with these guys, but considering that they are quite far up to the north, we don't have anything of value here, and there's just a vast forest which will make any advance that they might make very slow. And I think just a token militia force up in here should be sufficient for now. We could send a small detachment of militia here, just in case, although they will most likely not see anything. And here the borders are not moving at all. Can we see anything interesting? Ah yes, we actually have discovered the majors. One of which are friendly, the other are hostile. Can we open relations with any of them? We cannot target. Maybe we need a border. No, we need at least one recon. So we'd have to send a spy first, and then we might try establishing communications with them. However, we do not have a foreign relations council, so we probably won't get any useful cards regarding major regimes. Okay, so I think that's it for this turn. Wait us. We have gained war lust, and we have finished researching sealed roads, And we have discovered solar energy, as well as padded envirosuits, which is a better kind of armor. And we have completed development of our new model for our machine gunners. But let's first take a look at our decisions. Mr. Valentino Reed, who's our newly appointed governor of Fulda, wants to execute a relative. I know this is irregular, but my honor is involved here. My godchild has committed a crime against an allied family. They demand justice. I'd like to pass the sentence myself and execute my own family member. It is best that way. That's quite the unusual ask. Let's see what are the potential ramifications. So allowing them would be best for relations with our leaders, and it would lead to more enforcement and more heart. We could reproach them. We do have quite good relations, so it wouldn't be that bad, and it would lower the enforcement, raise our fist profile even more, which we might like. So I think we will actually reproach them for even asking. It's -16 relation and -17 with the person that was asking. National budget allocations. I think we can leave them as is currently. And do we want solar energy or hospital? I guess we could go for the solar energy. Well, no, let's go hospital first. We can burn forests. We can do the scavenge furnaces. We have other options for energy right now. I don't think we need solar energy quite yet. So let's go with the hospital. And what do we want to design next? We don't have any new technologies. Let's see. We have improved. The weapon design is still a bit low. However, the hit points, similarly to the Rangers, are infantry. They have increased on over threefold. The soft attack, these are machine gunners, and they do not have a new weapon. Only the weapon design was improved a little bit for their existing weapons, so this haven't moved up that much. And more on the defense, as they are machine gunners, more defense concentrated. Okay, I guess we could go for new buggy design with metal machine gun. Do we want any plating for them? I guess let's keep minimal and medium engine. So there might be, if we end up building any, there will be like a fast response force. Church of Syndic requests a donation. I don't think so. It looks like most of our people are not very fond of this church. So let's just not give them the money. Let's take a quick look at our regime feats. We have unlocked the war last feat. 50% higher casualty total. There is an eager and hungry buzz going through your nation. People talk about war as a good thing. Young men are eager to enlist, and older men and women look with pride to those who serve and fight. Not sure what the CASTOL stands for. But we have unlocked the ambush stratagem, but we do not have a stiff cancel, so we will not get it. But we might get people's hero who will inspire troops they are embedded with and increase their attack value with plus 40%. So quite a substantial potential release if we manage to get any of them. Let's keep moving south. We have more than 40 recon, so yes, we know that there isn't any unit there. They are in fact in here. So we might want to send some militia force to block them and get more recon. They have sentinels and assassin androids. Who are these people? These are the regular militia. Yes. Provides a troop with plus 200 attack, plus 200% HP, plus 100 attack and plus 100 HP, so this might stack. And they have robotic sentinels, which are quite deadly, as you can see. So they must have found it in some like technology cache from some ruins or something, which is quite a problem. I'm not sure if they count. They have the same hit points against everyone, but they have quite a few of them, and they have higher soft attack and defense. So we would need tanks, and we actually do have very good tanks ourselves, thanks to our find. So we just might send them to deal with these robots, and maybe some more infantry to keep our tanks safe, and maybe even more militia. And they have even more sentinels in here, and even more troops. They have sentinels in almost all of their troops somehow, and they have a lot of these assassins. Are they like robot people or something? I don't think we will have commons land over you. Imagine regime farmers. Maybe they are using battle mechs for farming. Like a king crab or something to move their equipment and supplies. That's quite a problem. There are technically quite few of them, only 10. But with these multipliers, they will prove a big challenge. So we will probably not be attacking them anytime soon. Let's maybe send our spy to the major regime that seemed friendly, and it ends these guys, and it's quite a high difficulty, but let's try it. And we get 5 over the required roll, so we have barely but still succeeded. So next turn we will be able to open contact with them. We have no fate points. We could get a small unit of AI walkers ourselves for 1 fate point. Jar Phantasma is recon buggies. They will be strong since it's GR, Galactic Republic, the highest tier of technology. But still they will be just recon buggies with like not much or hard attack or I guess it doesn't matter against the sentinels. But what we can do is contact our model design director and change the priorities to discover new models, and hopefully we can discover some tanks. The first that we'll discover will be lights. I think the mediums and heavies in that order, but there are also other models that we can potentially discover first, so it is random. We can maybe upgrade more of our rangers. We can in fact upgrade the rest, but we now have a new model for our machine gunners as well. But that will not cost much as we do not have a lot of them. That's only 1,000 machine gunners across 5 units. Let's see what are the asset situation. The ammo factory is almost done. And the recycling is completed. So we might want to build a bureaucratic office in Folda, actually, the first tier. What about second tier? Civilization level has to be at least 2, and as we can see here, this civilization is 4. So I'm not sure where the civilization level is, but anyways, we do not seem to have it yet. We could go for the high command bunker on level 2, but we do not have any metal left to spare actually, and not so many industrial points as well. So we will hold off on that. Just out of curiosity, if we're attacked, we can check because we would first have to officially invade them. So we are not going to be doing that. That's our allies. So I guess that's going to be it for this episode. And then in the nearest future, we will try to continue building up our assets, our industry, maybe build a hospital or university, and hopefully we'll be able to discover tank models, start producing them, and have some better counter to these sentinels, as they would destroy our infantry.